You? Is anybody?
There's Molly, folks. That means your friends the Goldbergs are here. Brought to you by Does, the new kind of soap for everything in your wash. First, let's drop in on the Dozen family. You know, I heard in a roundabout way that Ma Dozen and that flutterhead cousin Dozen were sort of cooking up a plot against me. Uh-oh, there they are now out in the backyard. Let's listen.
You know, Ma, I'm broken-hearted.
Why?
That dear Does announcer comes here and never pays any attention to me.
Nonsense, Cousin Dozen. Just ask him if Does really is a new kind of soap.
Yes?
Then he'll pay attention. He'll say, you bet Does is new, and it does everything in the wash.
Will he? To me?
Sure. He'd talk to anyone all evening about how Does everything, from heavy work clothes, towels, to rayon house dresses.
How I'd love to scrub his work shirts.
Goodness, don't mention scrubbing to Clayton. Why, Does gets the grimiest overalls wonderfully clean without any hard scrubbing. You don't even need a bar soap anymore. Does the job all by itself.
I'll say, dear Mr. Collier, my hope chest is full of towels.
That won't get him, dear. He'll just say Does gets towels and linens dazzling white. And he's right. No soap I ever used gives me whiter washes.
Wonder what dress I should wear.
That one looks nice, dear. And you can tell Clayton you've Doesed it a dozen times, and it's still bright and pretty. You know, he's always saying, Does gives longer life to the nice colors you wash.
Oh, if only he cared for me as much as he does.
Well, remember, dear, only does everything.
Well, Ma's certainly right about Does. Why, compared to other leading granulated wash day soaps, Does gives longer life for colors, plus unsurpassed whiteness for towels, and real cleaning power for the dirtiest work shirts. Does everything in your wash. Try. And now, the Goldbergs. Well, just when Rosie Goldberg had been lulled into believing that there was nothing between her sister-in-law, Grace, and George, he put his foot in it, and all Rosie's suspicions are raised again. Seems strange to Rosie that a mere acquaintance should take such an interest in Sammy's wife. For since it was discovered that Grace was going to have a baby, George has been a constant visitor at the Goldberg house. Rosie warned him to stay away, but he got worried about Grace and called Dr. Keator to come see her. Rosie caught him at it, and now she's certain that in spite of their denials, Grace and George do know each other very well. This being the case, the pressure is mounting to the breaking point. And today, Rosie sets a trap for her sister-in-law and George. Listen.
Rosalie, you see, darling, now I know you love Grace. You see, Papa didn't call the doctor. See, I see in your face you called the doctor. You see that? So why do you have to be afraid to be sweet as you are? Huh? You saw Grace wasn't looking so you called the doctor. Hey, darling. Rosalie, look to me. No, look. When Grace was sitting on the lawn and George was walking up the road, why did you run out of the house like that? So, Rosalie, go better with the boys from your sorority better. You see it?
I can't find the headache pills, Molly.
David, darling, they're standing, the pills.
Where?
Where you're standing, that's where the pills are standing.
Has Papa got a headache, Ma?
Surely from nervousness and worry, your dear father has a headache.
I found them, Molly.
You got them, darling?
Yes, I got them.
So give me, dear.
Here.
So give me. You don't have to take them up, darling. I'll do so. Grace has to come up and converse a little bit, Rosalie. Oh, she loves you so much, Rosalie, for everything you're doing. You heard me, Rosalie?
You heard, Mama, Rosalie?
Yes, Uncle
Grace
David.
appreciates everything.
Of course. Well, why shouldn't she appreciate? Rosalie's giving her policy, her college money. Who wouldn't appreciate?
I more than appreciate.
When is your money coming, Rosalie?
I don't know, Uncle David.
Papa said any day. Where's the pills, David?
Here. Only one he should take.
I always take two.
Now, you see, that's the trouble, Mama.
What?
Well, why do you take two when the bottle says only one?
Huh?
That's why my son, the doctor, always lost patience.
Then he was a bad doctor if he always lost patience.
He never lost a patient, Molly.
Oh.
Patience he lost.
Patience he lost.
Now, listen, Molly. My son, the doctor...
I know, David. He was the best doctor.
Not he was. He is. Now he's Uncle Sam's doctor.
Oh, some patient. Uncle Sam's doctor. Oh, should only hear from my family already. Should only hear. Oh, look, I'm standing and Papa's laying with her head.
How did Jay get such a headache?
He heard the doctor was coming for Grace, so he ran and he got a headache from nervousness and shock that the doctor was coming
Go
for
on
Grace.
up, Ma. Papa's
I'm
waiting
going.
for the...
I'm going. Without the pillow, I'm going. You see that? I'm going. Your Papa, the least little thing, everything goes to his
Uncle
head.
David, what did you say to Mama? Did you say that I went out to speak to George?
Mama thinks you called Dr. Keator.
Uncle David, what did you tell
Well,
Mama?
I had to say something. Mama sees us always talking together. You ran out of the house when you saw George coming up the path. She wanted to know why you ran out to meet him. I had to say.
Well, what did you say?
I said he likes you.
George likes me, you said, but why, Uncle David?
Now, please,
Uncle
Rosalie,
David, what?
This is more important. Mama thinks you called Dr. Keator.
I don't want her to know that George called the doctor. How long is she going to be blind to all that's going on?
What?
What? Uncle David, aren't you convinced yet that Grace and George knew each other before they came to Glastonbury?
I don't know.
Well, I do. But I've got to get smart, Uncle David. I have to think. I have to know what I'm doing.
You told George to stay away. You told him.
That's no good. He can talk rings around me, Uncle David. He makes me feel like a fool. Everything I say begins to sound stupid even to myself. If we could only hear from Sammy, Uncle David.
So what?
I could write to the Red Cross. I
Have
could...
you got a Papa? Have you got a Papa? Now he's hungry. First a headache, and now he's hungry.
No, fix him an eggnog.
A neck-knock for Jake, a neck-knock. Rosalie, Papa's liver is standing. Rosalie, darling, Papa's liver is standing, I said.
I'll get it. Ma.
Yeah.
Ma, don't you think that Sammy ought to know about the baby?
Oh, question. Question if Sammy should know about the baby. Oh, Rosalie, if Sammy knew about the baby, he would destroy 10 Hitlers. Oh, my kid, only when you're a father, the certain words have a meaning. When you're a father, the word future has a meaning. When you're a father, the word family has a meaning. Oh, my kid, when you're a father, the whole world has a new meaning. Because the world, like life, isn't what the moment makes it, but what the years to come will make of it. Yes, darling. A father makes a promise to the world. He makes it to his children. Of course, family should know. But he's sailing around somewhere. What can we do, Rosalie?
We can write to the Red Cross. They can get word to Sammy no matter where he is.
Sure?
We can try.
Oh, so try, darling. Certainly try. Surely try, Rosalie, if we can get word. David, if we could get word. Certainly try. I'll get Papa's liver and then we'll discuss further.
All right, Ma.
Yes? We'll discuss further, Mom and you. Somebody's coming.
It's George, Uncle David.
Who's coming up the path?
It's George. Just watch me, Uncle David.
Don't start, Rosalie.
You just watch me and listen. Hello, George.
Hello, Rosie.
Hello, George.
Hello.
Did Masha see the doctor's car coming again? That's why you came over?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, mine family is so detached to each other. Grace looked a little pale, so
So I called the doctor.
Everybody thought somebody else called the doctor. Excuse me, I have to give Mr. Goldberg his liver. Rosalie, why didn't you ask George? Maybe he
About
would...
getting some word to Sammy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we think that Sammy ought to know about everything.
everything.
And the Red Cross...
I don't think you can do that.
Why not?
Wait, Rosalie, let George talk.
Well, first, if he's still on the high seas...
Even so, we just want to get word to him about the baby.
Just the baby.
Just the baby.
I don't think it can be done until Sammy reaches the point he's going to.
Oh.
You have to wait until he gets there.
Well, we can try.
Besides, you should only use the Red Cross in absolutely desperate circumstances.
But always... Wait, let George have his desperate circumstances.
Well, suppose everybody called on them for
Yeah.
every little thing.
Oh,
But then if
everybody
Why,
would call them.
why, it wouldn't be able to perform its proper functions.
Well, I'm just going to try, just
But
to ask
Rosalie-
how we can get in touch
No,
with him.
you're wrong.
Well, I
You're
can
wrong.
try.
But Rosalie, if you're
Hello?
wrong...
Operator, would you please connect me with the nearest Red Cross headquarters?
You're supposed to do that only in an emergency.
This is an emergency. Hello? Yes, operator.
Well, just having a baby, I don't
Yes.
think that's...
Hello, is this the Red Cross?
Rosie,
Well, could you please give me some information?
you're doing the wrong thing.
Hello?
What's wrong, Rosalie?
I'd like to find out something.
It's not that
My
important.
brother is on his way
Important, George.
overseas
Important.
somewhere,
Well,
and his
Rosie,
wife is having a baby. Well, do you think it's possible for us to get word to him Yes.
Well, it's burdening the Red Cross.
Well,
burdening.
then could you please send the information to Rosie Goldberg?
Oh, you shouldn't do.
Maybe
Glastonbury, Connecticut.
Oh, Rosie.
Yes.
L.A., yes.
I'll fill out the form.
And Y State.
Thank you.
Connecticut.
Take a look it up and let me know.
Boy, that's wonderful, but maybe it's not right if George says. Maybe I'll discuss it with Papa. I'll tell Grace.
Well, is it all right if I see Grace?
Well,
Of course, go on up.
but maybe not.
Go on, George.
All right, come up, George, but not for too long because she was a little bit exhausted from too much yesterday.
Uncle David, he's frightened. He's scared.
Oh, Rosalie, your Uncle David is also frightened. Your Uncle David is also scared.
Oh, Rosie seems to have hit on the one sure thing that will explode the situation in George's face and Grace's. And the truth, all of which we don't know, may now come out. You know, sometimes it helps to try and forget our troubles and find something to laugh about. That's why I like that flutterhead, Cousin Does'em. She always gives me a laugh. Take yesterday. Cousin Does'em said...
Look, I bought a new hat, and I owe it all to Duz.
To Does?
Uh-huh. I went to the store to get some Duz, and I saw this perfectly adorable hat in the shop next door, so I bought it. You see, Duz really does everything.
Well, Does sure does everything in the wash. Why, this new kind of soap does work clothes, towels, to rayon undies. Honestly, compared to other leading granulated wash day soaps, Does gives longer life to the delicate colors you wash, plus unsurpassed whiteness for towels and real cleaning power for grimy work shirts. Even in the toughest wash, Does does everything. And remember, these are wartime wash days. Don't waste Does. All soaps contain vital war materials, so save up your dirty clothes and wash several loads in the same Does suds. Make every bit of Does you use do more. Be sure to listen to the next episode of The Goldbergs. The heat is on, and Rosie waits to see results. This is Clayton Collier speaking for Procter & Gamble and saying, do as the Dozems do. Let Does, the new kind of soap, do everything in your wash.